with yet another DJs BrewTube beer review. Well, it's one of my favorite times of year. That's right, the fall is coming upon us, and that means it's Oktoberfest or Festbier or Marzen time. That's right. One of my favorite styles, the original style that drove me to seek out beer and craft beer in general, or better than fizzy yellow piss beer, was Marzen. For me, everybody's got a style. These days, a lot of the newbies into craft beer are into the hoppy brews. That's what gets them into it. But for me, back in the day, it was all about Marzen. My roots go back to Germany, specifically Bamberg, so you know I'm loving the smoke beer. Like I've got behind me, stage left. But man, Marzen was the driving force in me looking for beers, and the very first style I remember looking for. And I was lucky enough this year that my good friends at Southern Communications, who kind of do the promotion and stuff for Hacker-Pschorr and Paul Lanner and some other beer brands here in the United States, like they have with Fuller in the past, sent me a few beers to review. One of the beers they sent to me was Hacker-Pschorr. Now, for me, the very first beer I can recall really seeking out, besides, some Dogfish Head in craft beer land, which was Midas Touch, but the first beer that wasn't Fizzy Pest that I remember seeking out was Hacker-Pschorr Oktoberfest beer, or Original Oktoberfest. So, why is that? Because this beer has been made since 1810. It's one of the very first, really popular Marzen beers, and Hacker-Pschorr itself has been around since 1417. I got lots of cool information here also from Southern about this beer, how awesome it is. We'll put this here in our little box, but awesome stuff. Southern, thanks a lot for sending this, specifically Sarah at Southern. Thanks a lot. You rock, my friend. Now, let's get into the beer. As the name suggests, it's an Oktoberfest, a Marzen, a Festbier, whatever you prefer. It's an annual release. Around when? Oktoberfest. Collected at 5.8% ABV and 28 IBUs. Now, for hops in this, they're using Hallertau. Super traditional. For malts, they're using two-row Bavarian summer barley. Also very traditional. Why? Because this is one of the first ones. Of course, the other ones are going to copy it. For yeast, they're using the Hacker-Pschorr house yeast. So, it's a house Marzen yeast that a lot of folks actually buy to put in their homebrew Marzens. So, you know what? I'm going to stop flapping my gums. I'm going to pop the top on this classic, get it in my classic from Oktoberfest that I collected. Lowenbrau mug. It's going to have better beer than Lowenbrau going in here, but this is a real Oktoberfest mug. So, and it's probably older than many people watching this video. This mug is over 20 years old. God, I'm an old piece of fucking fart. Anyways, let's crack it. Boom, nice hiss off the top, obsessively collectible Hacker-Pschorr crown. Let's get it in a mug. I wish I had 1.5 liters like this mug is, but when you're at Oktoberfest, you get large size portions, 1.5 liters to 3 liters. Alright, got a nice pour on that, got a nice head. Of course, it's a German beer. One thing you always hear me say in my reviews about German beers is that they're very precise beers. German brewers are precise brewers. They get it down. They're not... Most of them aren't doing any crazy styles or anything like that, but they are pursuing and brewing precise beer. So let's get the appearance on this. It is a lovely amber orange color, like a fall sunset. We've got 1.5 fingers of super tightly packed khaki off-white bubbles when I swirl it. In my dimpled mug here, yeah, we're going to get some glass lacing. I don't see any alcohol legs, but I also didn't expect them. Look at that, guys. That's just a stereotypical looking Marzen. So, let's see what's up with the aroma. Floral Hallertau hops, sweet, almost honey-like or honeysuckle-like aromas coming off the bready malt in there. Now, this beer is exceedingly fresh at time of recording. It has 8 more months of freshness, which is basically what you're going to get out of a 5.8% beer. So I'm going to get all the freshness out of this one. But the hops are actually quite pronounced in this, more than I've had it, in my nose before. I guess because this one is so fresh. But this beer, the aroma is not complex. There's no alcohol in it, but what you're getting in the aroma is floral, lovely hops, honeysuckle, and bready malt, almost like brown bread or bread with honey on it. And that's basically what you get out of Marzen, and I think that's what drew me to it first, because when you go from the land of no good aroma of Fizzy Piss, Bush, and, Natty Boh, and different stuff I was drinking in college. Yeah, this is freaking heaven. It's time to dive in. Like the shirt says here, Prost. Thanks a million, Southern, for sending this. And also what they say in Germany and Austria is Zum Wohl, which is like to your health kind of. So, cheers, whatever you want. Diving in. Yum. Up front, you're getting those floral hops, then a big sweetness coming up after the malt from that. This kind of beer is meant to be chugged because they serve it in 1.5 to 3 liter mugs. So if you can imagine tackling generally a lot of Oktoberfest, revelers, and I kind of have some memories of this too, you drink probably 4 to 6 of those 3 liter beasts. So that's a lot of beer. And the flavor, once you drink it, up front you're getting those floral hops, the sweet caramel malt, the breadiness, that sort of honey flavor in there as well, and then boom, it's gone. Super clean, super crisp on the palate, very easy to drink, and I'm getting maybe a little bit like of the lager yeast sort of taste in there as well. No off metallic taste like you get with Marzens and lagers sometimes, but it's just a really tasty Oktoberfest beer. I don't know if it's my very favorite one, but it's very well made. It's just a great beer. I think probably my favorite German Oktoberfest beer is from Eyinger, their Oktoberfest beer. But anyways, let's grade this beer. Right Beer gives it an 80. I think 80 is a little low. Beer Advocate gives it an 88, which is a B+. You know what? I think that's probably a fair grade for this beer. I've had ones that have had more flavor and a little bit more complexity to them. Not much, because the Marzen or Festbier type category doesn't dictate that, but this is a really well-made beer that I am drinking again. I would drink again. I would buy again. It's not super expensive as an import goes, and especially since I was blessed with this one, even better. But I think 88, a high B+, Virgin on an A- is a great grade for this beer. And if you guys want to get into Marzen and check it out, this is definitely one to try. You won't be disappointed. It's drinkable. It's an all-day drinker. You could crush it, but watch out, it's 5.8%. You know what? You crush too many of them, you go for a 6-pack, you might go night-night early. So, to the next DJ BrewTube, we all got to talk about something that's really important, and that's thinking globally. I'm thinking globally today because I'm drinking a beer from Germany, and drinking locally, and supporting the craft beer movement, because those are how roots-type beers like this develop, because a lot of the craft brewers started drinking German beers just like I did, and homebrewers saying, man, I wish I could make something like this. And that's how this whole movement developed, and it grew and became the freaking Goliath that it is today. So, thanks again to each and every one of you for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and smash that like button. So, to the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a big thanks for Southern for sending me this beer, and a bunch of Oktoberfest Original Oktoberfest beer from Hacker-Pschorr, drinking love for you. And you know what's coming, a big-ass